You see, in this life, I have realized that if you need to achieve something, whether you have connections or not, all you need are three things: a well set goal, clear thoughts, and a relationship with God. If you have those three, God is on your side, you can achieve whatever goal you have. And that we are going to see in this story of mine, how I found myself to the very best agent to enable me or help me travel outside Kenya without having known anyone of higher ranks. It's so shocking to find that in 2026, a lot of people, quite a number of people, still think that to navigate your way through and to find yourself working in Gulf countries, you need to have a bigger connection or strong connections, maybe with people who hold higher ranks somewhere in the offices, maybe. But no, that's not it. Navigating your way to Gulf countries has actually become so easy, and it is available to anyone who is ready and focused to come here to work without any connection, as long as your mind is free, is clear, and you are ready to do your own research and to find the jobs you want and to choose the specific country you want to work in. And that's why in this video I want to share with you how I found myself a genuine agent without anyone's connection, without paying anyone or being scammed by anyone. This is how it started. I had lost my job in Nairobi, and so I didn't go home or I didn't lose hope. I stayed in Nairobi for some months, like 3 months, trying to navigate and think through things, how I could do. I had found another job, but it wasn't that good to me. So I decided that how about I think of going to Gulf countries. It had never crossed my mind before, but when I started thinking on coming here in Gulf, it now dawned on me that I had no any connection. I didn't know anyone who could help me. In fact, I didn't even have a passport. The only thing I had applied for, it was a good contact, which is also needed. But a passport? No. I didn't have it. I didn't know the way to go through all those steps to even find a passport. And now I had decided I want to change my course from working in Kenya, leaving that job that I had just found to maybe to help me for some time as I think of something bigger. But now I had to find an agent, I had to find a company, I had to do all these processes. How would I have done them without being connected to an agent? And how will I be connected to an agent without having any connections? So I decided, because I know myself, I don't have these connections, and I am not privileged to know anyone of higher ranks in some offices that are needed. I chose to use my phone. I took my smartphone and started doing my own research all over the social media platforms. I asked on YouTube questions. I used ChatGPT. I Googled everywhere and any place or platform that I knew it could give me answers. And one one fateful day, I bumped into a girl who was sharing a nice testimony on YouTube. And she was talking about this agent who had took her to Saudi Arabia. And this agent had even taken the responsibility of following her up and ensuring how her life has been since she had gone to Saudi Arabia. She was only 6 months old in Saudi, and now how she was talking about her agent got me hooked up there. So I followed the process until I extracted some info of that agent. And going to my research, I had already researched the companies that, the agencies that take people abroad from Kenya to these Gulf countries, but I had one task to do. I had to choose a job and I had to choose a country that I wanted to travel to. So that was a task that I needed to fulfill. I went to this agent, not just him. The day I had agreed to meet him, I also had talked to some other agents just for clarification. So I went from office to office in Nairobi. I was living around Nairobi. I went from office to office in Nairobi, talking to these agents, talking to those office holders, trying to ask them and comparing their answers. I took one full day in Nairobi trying to compare these people and what they are telling me. So after I had talked to several of them, I identified one, and that one agent I had identified was the one this girl was sharing his good work on YouTube. And trust me, I now decided to follow up on that agent. After talking with him for that day, I went back to my house and I sat down to do more research on him. I went through all social media handles of his. I went through every other message that people talk about him. I went on Facebook, I confirmed that it's not a scammer. I went on YouTube again, I went on TikTok, all the social media platforms, and I tried to find some people whom I had found in that office of his and talked to them, and they had traveled and came back, and their travel and life in Saudi was successful. So that is how I decided now. This is the agent I'm going to use. But wait, this agent does not take people only to this one country, Saudi Arabia. He also takes people to other countries, Gulf countries like Qatar, Kuwait, and others. But why would I not choose those other countries? Even Oman or Lebanon, I chose Saudi Arabia. That's what I'll share with you in my next video. I'll tell you why I had to choose Saudi Arabia and not Lebanon, Kuwait, Qatar, Dubai, or other Middle East countries. If you want to hear my next story, stay tuned, subscribe so that you'll get a notification whenever I upload another story.